do a photo, why not? Yeah. Oh
I don't know how it happened, but pretty much the whole month of March and April was just celebrating her different milestones. So we started in March with her Hens weekend, and this was really quickly planned in 2 weeks by my sister Elizabeth and I. So Victoria, who was getting married, had chosen just us two to be her bridesmaids, which kind of made it easy to plan because it just meant it was just the two of us making the decisions and then my mum also helping out. We'd planned to stay in the hills, so that was I think 3 nights that we stayed. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, and it was a long weekend, so it made it a little bit easier. We didn't have to take extra time off work. So pretty much we had planned the Friday night just to be very low key. Elizabeth and I just cooked dinner, and one of Victoria's friends that couldn't attend on the Sunday event, she came along as well. And yeah, we just made like a cheese plate and just like pasta, and yeah, just had a really relaxed night.
That's enough.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like subtle.
Hello.
Oh my gosh, you made it look nice.
Yeah, I thought I'd bring one.
Yeah, nice.
Do you want to put the sasha? Wait, is it?
Where was it?
Ah, I found it. Okay.
Have a little sip now. How was it driving? On this Saturday we just planned to go to brunch in the hills, and we had a spa day. We got facials and massages. It was honestly just so relaxing. That night we invited my parents and grandparents to an Adelaide Hills pub and had dinner all together as a family, which was really nice. I think sometimes like the men in the family get forgotten, especially because we're a family of all girls. So to include everyone, we just had them all come up. And then on the Sunday, it was purely just for friends and just sisters, I guess. So kind of our age group. And we did like a winery long lunch. And yeah, we made the theme pink and red. My sister just had a pink and red dress and she wanted to wear that. So we kind of did the theme around that. And yeah, it made it fairly easy because I had already a red dress that I ended up getting altered for the event. So I had actually worn it probably 3 years earlier for my uni graduation, and I had it made. So I'd had it made like a midi dress, but I wasn't loving midi dresses at the time. I just didn't like how they sat on me. So I ended up wanting to get it shortened. So I thought this was a good opportunity. And I was really loving the like bubble skirt kind of style, which I thought was quite of a trend item, but I think it's kind of still around. And I think it's quite flattering as well. So instead of getting rid of like cutting off the fabric, I just got them to pull it up to make that kind of bubble effect. I'm not a sewer. I had no idea how I was going to get executed, but ended up working really nicely. So it was very short, but it was nice. It was done well. So that's kind of a way I got a second life out of that dress. And my sister Elizabeth had just worn my Hens dress, which was pink, so made it very easy. And then along with the lunch, we also wanted to do an activity. So I think we did like how well do you know the bride. And we also got salsa dance classes as well, because well, Javier's Colombian, so yeah, he's grown up with salsa. And then Victoria before they had met, she was doing salsa dance classes, and that night that they met, she actually went out to kind of go for salsa dancing, and he actually asked her to dance, and that's how they met. So we thought this was like a little cute story. And then also for the wedding, there would be a lot of salsa dancing, so we thought, why not teach everyone? So yeah, we brought someone in. It was actually the people that taught us our wedding dance, so mine and Stav's wedding dance, actually from like a Latin background, so they do salsa, and they actually teach salsa classes, and they do Hens parties. So there you go, it's very easy. Somehow it just managed to fall into place. And yeah, aside from the fact that it was 40 degrees Celsius, it was, yeah, a lovely weekend. It was really relaxed mostly. So I think it was great because we had planned everything beforehand, so we didn't have to worry, and it just meant we could all relax, which was nice. What's under here? Ooh. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. No. Oh yeah, I am. Yeah. Hey, do it again. Hey, get on your knees. Come on, get on your knees. Hang on. Hang on.
Eso, tome la foto.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Victoria. Happy birthday to you. Hip, hip.
Business and Management, Victoria Louise Taddeo.
Very nice. Anna.
It's not easy to find a place.
Spin.
Yay! That bow was so cute.
Nice.
Gorge. Love it.
Thank you so much again for that.
Can I jump in? Yes,
Yeah, we do just one for the video, just the two of you.
It's not a photo, it's just video.
It's just like joy.
I'm assuming I'm getting what you're saying. My brain's yeah, I think it's like yeah. That's not. Is that not? That's not. It's based on your 2D.
I've done focusing on the background. What I mean, we're talking about. Oh no, I'm just. Oh, this.
I can't believe how well these have lasted. I mean, I probably need to get rid of some of the flowers, but the hydrangeas look so good still. I just found this old, I don't know, we call them doilies, but it seems to go well in the room.
So pretty much, how did we plan a wedding in 2 months? So a bit of backstory. So my mum and I helped my sister Victoria plan her wedding in 2 months. We kind of knew that they were thinking about getting married, but they weren't sure if it was going to be in April 2024 or April 2025, because Javier, her husband now, wanted to make sure that his parents could attend, of course. So it just meant that they were trying to figure out when they could actually come to Australia. Anyway, they were thinking about either April 2024 or April 2025, and nothing had really been booked yet, but my sister still had in her mind that they were going to get married that year. So we'd already started thinking about things and starting to plan things. And she'd already started, the one thing that she probably did before that kind of 2-month period was get her dress. And yeah, she had tried on a few dresses, but she wasn't really that keen, and she kind of knew what she wanted. She wanted like a long sleeve dress. So she ended up just getting it made by those same people that did the sample sale. And they all made it in South Australia, so that made it easier. The dress was kind of already partially done. Well, not done, but it was in the process of being made. So that was before, I think that we started the process in probably December, January. So that was already kind of happening. And she thought, even if she doesn't wear it for that year, she could just, if it needed to get altered slightly, she could just get it altered for the following year. So that's not really something that needs a specific date. So she just got that organised beforehand. The veil, she wore my nonna's veil, which was really lovely. So aside from just a bit of a new comb kind of getting stitched into it, that was all that really needed to be done for that. Makeup, she wanted to do herself, so she just didn't need to book anyone for that, and her usual hairdresser just happened to be available, so she just booked him in, I think pretty last minute as well. Bridesmaids dresses, I had done so much research in the previous year for my bridesmaids, so I kind of already knew what was out there, and to be honest, not much had actually changed in that year. So I was keen on these Sir dresses, and yeah, my sister Victoria just said she's happy with us to pick whatever. She just kind of wanted a particular colour, and we asked her which colour she'd prefer. So it was kind of like that buttery yellow, and like it was like an apricot colour, but they were similar style, very different fabrics, different colours. So it wasn't really like we were trying to match or anything, and it was only the two of us, so it made it fairly easy. The main, I think the big ticket item was the venue. So booking a venue last minute is probably not the easiest thing. I would say a bit of a tip is to try and find something up and coming that hasn't really been operating as a function place, or we had actually, so the particular venue that they ended up choosing it's a very well-known venue, wedding venue, but not for not for the reception part. Like it was mainly in the past used for just garden ceremonies. So it's a beautiful venue, but they didn't actually have a function center. I think they had like a marquee, but it wasn't that popular. And so they'd actually recently completed this function area, which meant that nobody had booked it yet because they weren't sure when it was going to get completed. So it was available. They'd only really done a couple of other functions, and I don't think there were many weddings that had been there. So it made it easy to book last minute because they were still finding their feet, I guess, in terms of how they were running functions. But the one plus was that we did know the food was going to be good because the people who own that venue had have a restaurant and we love their food. So yeah, we were pretty confident about the food, and I think that's what they were keen on, is having good food at their wedding. I think that was like a non-negotiable. Everything else, like I think DJ and photographer were organised by Javier. I think he just knew of people who knew someone, and then the photographer knew a videographer. So that was a fairly easy thing to sort out. Everything else, oh, the florist, that was another big thing. So that I actually tried to get the same florist I had. So that was kind of my thing to organize. I was so happy with my florist. Like, she was amazing. She executed the brief. I don't think I was so shocked. There's like some footage of me like just with my mouth like just on the floor, because she had just done such an amazing job with the flowers. So I wanted to get her again, but being short notice, she wasn't available. So she ended up recommending someone that she knew that was kind of up and coming, had worked for someone else before, but was just kind of starting out on her own. And I looked at her socials, and she was just doing some amazing stuff as well, like really like sculptural, modern, cool looking. So I think Victoria's wedding was kind of one of the first events that she'd done. So she wanted to actually get content for herself. So she was really keen to kind of get that as well, which made it easy. So I think the key to doing a last minute wedding is trying to find people who are up and coming in the industry. Obviously now she's not anymore, and she's, I think, really popular. I just see that she does such amazing stuff now. But yeah, I think the key is just to look for people who are trying to get their name out there, so they just want to book something. So yeah, we were just very lucky with both the venue and the florist for that. And yeah, I think everything else mainly was already organised. I think the cars, we just used the same as what I had the previous year. They weren't actually wedding cars, they were just through some connections we'd made. Catering, Mum just used the same caterer that we had from the previous year. And so one thing that I will say, based on attending a few weddings recently, that awkward time between the ceremony and reception. So a lot of the weddings I have attended have kind of had different venues, so that's a bit different. But when the reception and ceremony is at the same place, there's like this awkward time in between. And it's usually kind of like that afternoon time where people are getting a bit tired and restless. And it's like after lunch, so yeah, it's a bit of a weird time. I think, especially when you have like weddings in autumn. So Javier, I think Javier organised this, but wanted to get some sort of Colombian food as well, because the reception food was mostly Italian. So to try and incorporate like the Colombian culture as well, they got some like canapes and stuff, I think through a Colombian caterer. So they came out and they served the food, and it was amazing, and it was a huge success, and it was a big hit. So I think that's like a good way to incorporate other cultures as well. But yeah, it just gave people something to do in between. So we had like non-alcoholic drinks, had some garden games, there were photos happening at the same time, and then there was food. So I think then it makes people less restless. And I've been to weddings where there's nothing in between, and people are just sitting around thinking, what's going on? Can we get a drink? Like they can't even get water, for example. So yeah, I think that's a good way to fill that time, especially if it's just something small. But yeah, anyway, that's kind of how we managed to organise it in 2 months, and it managed to work out pretty well.
This flower fell off, but it's still looking very nice. We bought these over the weekend. They are Japanese books.